I'm being quiet because I'm just getting set up over here. Get rocking and rolling in a minute here. Okay. Where am I at? I'm right here. No, I'm over here. Here we go. Real quick, I just flew back late Monday night, the Full Terror Assault concert. And the difference from that than any other concert, metal, rock, whatever you want to, it could be any music, country, rap, to be honest, is you're not getting ass raped. You know, my point is you're not paying $10 for a hot dog, $10 for a bottle of water, $10 for a beer. You can bring in your own supply, man. Drink up, smoke up. Full Terror Assault. It's a 3-day metal fest, 2 stages from like noon to midnight every night. Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, get your hungover ass up, load up your camp, and get the fuck out. But it's a damn good time. You get to bring your tents, bring your cooking gear. And it was a great event. Death Angel headlined the event. They were great. Just needed more of them. Just seemed like too short of a set for them. For any Cowboy fans on here, I'll be talking real soon about that. I'm just finishing the Full Terror Assault talk. Immolation was one of the other top headliners. They were outstanding. Power Trip as well. Complete greatness. Warbringer headlining Thursday night. Excellent. And, of course, our boys, Demolition Hammer. You want some old school greatness. Demolition Hammer is it. It's great to see that they're back. They sound tighter and better than ever. Downright amazing. There was a lot of newer bands I got to listen to. I can name a few of them. I'm not gonna remember every band, but the secret band was Leviticity. They totally destroyed it. Bird Flesh was amazing. Stonecutters, No Raza, and I should probably stop that list there because I'm gonna miss a zillion bands. Hello, my Cowboys family. What's up? So if you ever get the chance, man, the only bad thing about Full Terror Assault is it happens week 1. Well, it ends. It ends on Sunday. You know, Saturday night it's over, and Sunday starts week 1 of football season. So, you know, record the game or drive fast or fly fast. I was able to get back to catch the game just in time. I did miss some of the first half. I'm not going to go into those details, but from what I watched of that game, there was not much to see in that first half at all. And before, you know, Dallas fans are brutal. Dallas fans are totally brutal. Dallas fans want to say, hey, man, Dak Prescott, we need a new quarterback. We need this. We need that. And I'm going to talk about that in general. I'm going to talk a lot. Some people don't like stats. I'm going to talk some stats. Is my stat talking going to help us win games? No, but maybe you'll get a different insight. Well, I started on Dak Prescott. Maybe I should just start right there. The big wide open pass to Blake Jarwin, the tight end, was huge because that's points on the board right there. I'm not going to say that he's going to catch that and go in. That's not what I'm saying at all. That puts us in 3 to 7 point range, field goal, and that takes us right off. That takes us right off the Dak Prescott talk goes back to the Dan Paley talk to the new kicker. Oh man, the new kicker missed it. Dan Bailey would have made it. We don't really know what Dan Bailey would have done. We really don't. The bottom line is Dan Bailey's not on the team no more. We can't throw this guy on a hanger and hang him up and tell him his career is over with and done. He's a brand new kicker, and he's our kicker now. Like it or not, we just got to roll with it. But if we could add those 3 points and then add that pass to Blake Jarwin, right there, we're in range for 3 or more 7 points. Believe it or not, we could have won that game by 2 plays right there. 2 key plays that we could have won that game. So as bad as we were, you can put asterisks beside those 2 plays, and that was options. You know, that was, man, it happens. The key thing before I start bashing my Dallas Cowboys is you got to give the Carolina Panthers credit. Their defense was on fire. There's two main linebackers that I have much respect for in the NFL. One of them is our boy 50 Sean Lee, and the other one is Luke Kuechly. Luke Kuechly showed up. Sean Lee did not show up. We've had haters on here telling us how to beat the Dallas Cowboys. Just go look at that Denver Broncos game last year. Shut down the run. If you shut down the run, you shut down the pass. And that's a good way to beat the Cowboys. Well, I guess it's worked twice now. Totally. It's totally been proven to work twice. Will it happen again and again and again? Good luck, good luck, good luck doing that. But to go back to Dak Prescott, no interceptions. He had to fumble the very last play of the game. The defense batted the ball out of his hands. The very last play of the game. The game was pretty much over. The game was over. The game was over then anyway. It didn't really matter. So no interceptions. And it's not going to matter because these other quarterbacks are not on our team. But, Eagle fans are excited, to be back. And Nick Foles had an interception. But let's talk about 7 interceptions because these are big-time quarterbacks in the NFL. Matt Stafford, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ben Roethlisberger, 5, 6, 7. So we got our boy Dak Prescott with 0. Those other guys with 7. But the bottom line is those other quarterbacks are not on our team. It don't matter if they throw 200 interceptions. That does not help Dak Prescott look better. I'm just pointing out the things that I see as a Cowboy fan. Dak Prescott, 1 less interception than Cam Newton. That's right. Oh, man. You really want to know who beat us that game? Nerve Turner. Nerve Turner, one of my favorites when he was with my team, the Dallas Cowboys. But, man, he put it on us, and he did it the right way. For example, everybody, man, we needed to run the ball more. We needed to run the ball more. And it looked like it was going to be, I had some stats up here. I'm going to go to some stats up here. Where are they at? Where'd they go? Oh, I'm on the wrong link, I think. My stats are over here. I believe our boy Ezekiel Elliott started off 7 carries for 18 yards. We got going late in the what was it, the 3rd or 4th quarter. But yeah, you want to stick to that run game. But it's sometimes it seems like it's just a hard thing to do when you start off like that. Some other things I was going to talk about was who is supposed to be we're supposed to be the new kings of linebackers. Sean Lee, Jalen Smith, and our boy, man, we got Damian Wilson, we got Leighton Vander Esch, and right off the bat here, on my other page, right off the bat here, you want to know who was the kings out of all that? Jalen Smith, 3 tackles. Vander Esch, 2 tackles. Damian Wilson, 1 tackle. Sean Lee, 1 tackle. Man, Dak Prescott can't win games without Tyron Smith. Dak Prescott can't win games without Ezekiel Elliott. And we said it last year. Dak Prescott can't win games without Sean Lee. We need a Sean Lee. Sean Lee played today, played that game. What was his excuse? What happened? We got Luke Kuechly over there with 11 tackles. You got Thompson over there with 5. Jackson over there with 4. That's all on the Carolina team. So their linebackers were in there making plays. Their linebackers were doing things. The Dallas Cowboys, not so much. Here's another thing to look at. DeMarcus Lawrence did have 6 tackles to lead us, but right off the bat, if you look, who's our next tacklers? Jeff Heath, safety. Byron Jones, cornerback. Awuzie, cornerback. Kayvon Frazier, safety. So, safety, cornerback, leading our team in tackles, unlike the Carolina Panthers letting some of their linebackers do that. And this wasn't the Kurt Warner and the Rams throwing bombs to Isaac Bruce and Torrey Holt. That our defense was way down there, having to stop their the wide receivers. No, this was Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey getting through our linebackers. Our linebackers missing plays, missing tackles, and our cornerbacks and our safeties had to make the plays. That's not what you want, especially if you're the Dallas Cowboys or any team for that example. But the Dallas Cowboys, we all know about our pass attack as far as our pass rush. DeMarcus Lawrence, Randy Gregory, Taco Charlton. We know what we're going to get out of those guys. Your quarterback is going to get rushed. But after that, you break that line. That's where Sean Lee's got to show up and play. That's where the Leighton Vander Esch, the Jalen Smith, the Damian Wilson have to show up. And with them getting a 3, 4, 5, with them getting 7 tackles total. 7 tackles total. I'm not counting the 1 assist here and 1 assist there. With them getting 7 tackles total, that's not going to win you football games. I don't give a fuck what Dak Prescott did. If your starting linebackers, your big 4 linebackers get you 7 tackles, that's not going to win you ball games. We got Luke Kuechly over there with 11. We had we got a Cam Newton. We got a Cam Newton and a Christian McCaffrey running the ball 23 times. 23 times. If those 2 guys are running the ball 23 times, you can't have your safeties as the leading and your cornerbacks as the leading guys. That's where your Sean Lees, your Leighton Vander Esch, your Jalen Smith's got to be up in that game. And people talked about we got to run the ball more. We got to run the ball more. It looked ugly, and as ugly as it did, we had 22 attempts total. 22 attempts total. Cam Newton and McCaffrey had 23 right there. Anderson had 7 more. That puts them to 30. One rushed by Moore, one rushed by another guy. So they're up to 32 attempts. So they ran the ball more than us. Running the ball helps you win games in the NFL. That's breaking news. A lot of people don't know that. Another thing is, for Dallas to be key, Dallas needs to do what? Win the turnover battle. We tied there. We need to win the time of possession. We lost there. And the only reason I would say we tied it, anyway. We lost that turnover, the type of possession. I thought it was going to be a blowout, but I guess we actually did have the ball a lot the fourth quarter. Carolina Panthers 30-36 to Dallas's 29-24. So, wow, that was surprising to see. But, man, you can't wait to play the game late in the third and fourth quarter, especially against a defense like the Dallas Cowboys. Some other things I was going to I talked about Dak Prescott, and I was talking about the run game in general, and I was looking at the Philadelphia Eagles, 27 rushing attempts. And the Falcons, who lost, 18 rushing attempts. So there's rushing again. People want to talk about Dak Prescott being a dink and dunk quarterback. We can call out Nick Foles right off the bat. He had one pass of 15 yards, one pass of 10 yards. Actually, the one pass of 15 yards, that was him catching it. I didn't watch that game. I just looked at who the receiver was. It says he caught a pass of 15 yards, and a D Carter, whoever that is, caught a pass of 10 yards. Other than that, want to talk about dink and dunk. Dak Prescott, no, it was dink and dunk. Nick Foles over there, 5 for 48 to Ertz, 8 for 33 to Aguilar, and 4 for 22 to Sproul. So that was do the math. 17 attempts for 48 plus 33 plus 22. So not a lot. Then Nick Foles ended up with 117 yards passing. To go back to Cam Newton, we shut him down to what was it, 161, I believe it was. Yeah, 161. Dak Prescott had 170. The bottom line is they're going to take Zeke out of the run game, get Zeke involved in the ball in other ways. Dump off pass to the left, a dump off pass to the right, a screen play. Get the ball in Ezekiel Elliott's hands. I don't care how you got to do it. I don't care how you got to do it. You got to give Elliott more touches if you want to win a game, especially if you're the Dallas Cowboys. He's our the game is all about Ezekiel Elliott. That's why we got our O-line. That's why we drafted him. This is not Dak Prescott's team. He is not Tony Romo. He is not Roger Staubach. He's not Danny White. He's not Dallin Meredith. He's not Troy Aikman. It's all about the run game and the O-line. That's why we drafted the way we did. Tyron Smith had a bad game. Leal Collins had a bad game. We're not used to calling out players like that. You can't expect Dak Prescott to be a great quarterback when he's on his ass 6 times. Dallas Cowboys giving up 6 sacks. I don't care who your quarterback is. If your quarterback starts getting beaten, banged up, running for his life, the game is going in the wrong direction. Normally we don't have that over here. We want to call out Connor Williams, and hey, it happens. We haven't been used to that lately, have we, Cowboy fans? We drafted Tyron Smith, and he was great. We drafted Travis Frederick, he was great. We drafted Zach Martin, he was great. Leal Collins, everybody talked about him having a round 1 potential, and he should have went in round 1. He has had great games. This was not one of his great games. Some Dallas fans called him out to look like he looked more like Chaz Green this game. We just picked up a new offensive lineman, 41-game starter from the Houston Texans. So shout out to that. If you can start 41 games in the NFL, I don't care what team you're on, that's a big bonus for us. Will Connor Williams lose his spot? Will Leal Collins lose his spot? I don't know what we're going to do with that this new starter, but guess we will see next week. I talked about the Dallas Cowboys without Travis Frederick. Obviously, he was missed this game. Totally missed this game. I'm not going to say that Connor Williams and Joe Looney lost us the game, but we know we would have done better in the run game, better in the pass game if our Pro Bowler Travis Frederick was in there. And I said by game 3, we will know where we're at. I'm not going to throw my Dallas Cowboys out the window because of this loss. All I got to say for the New York Giants and all the other teams, you want to shut us out like Carolina did? Have that good of a defense. Now, I hope the Carolina Panthers are not taking the Super Bowl. They just lost another O-line guy that game. They lost Greg Olsen that game. And I know they did okay last year without Greg Olsen, but their main part is losing another O-lineman on that game and on that team, and that's not good for the Panthers. You want Cam Newton wanting to run to take care of defenses to win games. You don't want Cam Newton running for his life because he has to, and that may be the case for the Carolina Kittens coming up. But who cares about the Carolina Kittens? We are done with them for now. And another point I was going to make, where was I at? My mind is everywhere. My mind is everywhere. We talk about these wide receivers. I talked about it in the offseason. Looks like Cole Beasley is going to be our guy, and he was. 7 receptions for 73 yards. And my boy Austin Klein over on YouTube mentioned Rico Gathers. He needs to be activated. You got an outstanding secondary like the Carolina Panthers had, covering all our guys. Dak has nowhere to throw the ball to. Boy, if you had a Rico Gathers out there, throw it right at him. He can go up and get it. He showed us that countless times in training camp and in preseason. And, yeah, maybe he's not going to be there as a blocker, but at the moment, in that type of game, it wasn't about blocking. Dak rolled the hell out, and somebody just catch the ball, and Rico Gathers would have been huge for us. The way their defense was playing. Their secondary played lights out. The Carolina Panthers did. Yeah, I wasn't reading the chat. Cowboys Face, I talked about my trip on a couple of videos already. A little bit on here right off the bat. Dallas Cowboy locker room, what's up? Simus, you're right. Dak did have some people wide open. I was talking about in certain situations in the game when Dak was running, and he had time to throw, and he missed Blake Jarwin. He did hit Michael Gallup, and Michael Gallup was wide open. He wasn't wide open deep, but I think Michael Gallup had a lot of running area. Michael Gallup, man, you got to be there. You got to catch those balls. Alan Hearns had 1 reception for 20 yards. On to the New York Giants, and we're not the Jacksonville Jaguars defense, but the New York Giants are not the Carolina Panthers defense either. I will talk about that game later on down the road. Right now, it's going to be a very interesting game. No one wants to start off 0-2 in the NFL. No one wants to start off 0-2, especially in the NFC East. Yeah, I mean, we can talk about Dak Prescott. We can talk about Linehan, Jason Garrett, Rod Marinelli. We can talk about those guys, but guess what? I mean, there's nothing we can do about it. I'm not going to be a fan repeating over and over what every other fan wants. Yeah, we want Chris Broussard as head coach. Well, fire Garrett. Let's run the ball more. Man, we need new offensive play calling. We've heard it over and over. Let's just hope they get their head off their ass and we do it right. Right off the bat, let's fire Kellen Moore as quarterback coach. He did not help Mike White in preseason. He did not help Cooper Rush in preseason. And he's not helping Dak Prescott now. Kellen Moore, you're fired as a quarterback coach. And people talk about Dak Prescott, and the winning formula for the Dallas Cowboys is run the ball, control the time of possession, and win the turnover battle. We didn't do any of the 3, so it is what it is. And also, I got some more of those other stats I had up here. if I can get this. I was going to say it don't help Dak Prescott because of Lael Collins getting penalties, Tyron Smith getting penalties, and Tyron Smith getting a penalty never happens. I mean, Tyron Smith just does not commit penalties. He's been an all-time great. But it does not help with Dak Prescott or a Troy Aikman or anybody when you start off 3rd and 26, you start off 3rd and 17, you start off 3rd and 10, you start off 3rd and 11, and you start off 3rd and 7. When you are in deep holes like that against a great Carolina defense, how many times do I got to say a great Carolina defense? When you get in holes like that, you're just in fucking trouble, and I don't give a fuck what quarterback you do have. Maybe Aaron Rodgers will get you out of those shootouts and those holes, but we're set up to run a fucking ball. And if Ezekiel Elliott does not have around 24 touches or more against the Giants, we're probably going to lose that game. Again, if Ezekiel Elliott doesn't have like 24 or more touches against the Giants, we're probably going to lose that game. Actually, I'd like to see 27. He had 15 runs this game against Carolina and 3 receptions. So what is that? 18 touches total. I want to see him around. I would like to see him with more touches, obviously. I think 20 touches a game is minimal for a elite running back like that. And he is an elite running back. See if I can get my screen to load back over here. And another thing I want to see is the Tavon Austin. Thank you, Pat. 1984. My main channel is South of Heaven 88. Just I can't do live streams on my South of Heaven 88 channel at the moment, so I'm going live over here. So I can type that in. South of Heaven 88 right there. I just typed that in. If you could hit that channel up. Dallas Cowboy locker room huddle. That's a good point as well, man. We don't need Dak Prescott going for 29 attempts a game or whatever. We don't need that. What I was saying is I want to see some more of Tavon and Cole Beasley at the same time. I wanted to see that last year with Ryan Switzer and Cole Beasley. We did not see Ryan Switzer at all. So Tavon Austin and Cole Beasley, come on, coaches. Use your magic. Have them both in as wide receivers on the same play. Make it happen. Because that could drive some defenses mad. That could make it shit go crazy as hell. Gmin409, yes I am. You can comment any of my videos with your email address, and I can hit you up if you are down to get some jerseys. Pat 1984, you were at the game, man. Normally we take over that stadium, man. Was it 50-50, 60-40? What percentage of Cowboy fans were there this year, Pat? But I heard the tickets were like way overpriced for Dallas fans, just because it's America's team, man. And whenever a team like the Carolina Kittens play, or anybody in the NFL, whenever they play the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, the ticket prices just go through the roof, man. Pat, you're talking about 60-40. Was that 60-40 us? Because I can remember talking to fans last time we played them, and it was about 60% Dallas fans. And here's the deal: Zeke opens up our passing game. We don't need a Des Bryant, a Jason Witten. If Zeke gets going, that's That opens up the Allen Hurns. That opens up the Michael Gallup. That opens up the Terrence Williams. That opens up our whole offense. That's when Dak good looks great back there. The fake handoff roll around, the play action. Our whole passing game is all about our run game. And if our run game does not get going, that's when our passing game What's going on here? Where am I at? All right, I think I'm back. Fuck. Normally when my Google Chrome freezes up, I'm just fucked. What? I don't even know who's in chat. If you're in chat, type to me. Old Cash was saying bad weather over there. No, I just have a bad Google Chrome that I just got done watching a lot of YouTube videos and stuff, and for some reason, my Google Chrome must have freeze up on me, and it almost kills my live stream. JP of the New Orleans Saints shows up in the chat, and boy, that team needs some defense if you want to win some football games. I think our Dallas Cowboys are going to win a lot of we're going to be competitive because of our defense. I was about to say we're going to win a lot of games because of our defense. Well, our offense needs to show the fuck up. We want our defense to do anything. Our defense is going to keep us in a lot of games. Hell of a lot of games. And DeMarcus Lawrence and Randy Gregory, Taco Charlton, Jamal Crawford. Those are our main starters, but our main guys. But our Sean Lee has to show up, man. Our linebackers have to show up. Without our linebackers, I don't know what we to do. And it's one thing to call out our linebackers if Sean Lee isn't there. He's injured again. What happened to Sean Lee week 1, game 1? I have no idea what happened, man. I'm not going to say that Cam Newton and Christian McCaffrey are the easiest ones to tackle, but you're Sean Lee. You got to make it happen. That's why you're one of the best linebackers in the NFL when you're healthy, Sean Lee. You need to come on. I might as well end this stream and start over because I lost all my viewers here. I may just do that. I may just have to start over just to see. I was go up and catch up on some chat I didn't see. Yeah, damn. I would have left this stream too if I'd have known it was going to freeze up like that. Let me see if I can kill it and start over. Maybe I'll kill it and start over. Let's see. How do I? Where's my?